You are listening to Business Marketing 911 with Mighty Mike and his marketing SWAT team. So buckle up and get ready because the episode is beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, shoot. Hey guys. So we're here and we're doing a late night episode. So if you guys are on, you're like, what the heck is Mike doing? He's like, it's like dark where he's at and he's lifting weights. Well, guys, I got to stay fit because my logo is my arm. You guys know that. And if I don't, then it's like, who am I? I lose my identity, right? So I hope you mighty builders are out there building your websites, bringing, potential customers to them. Today, I got a special treat for you guys. Riese is just killing it. And when it comes to sales funnels, and I'm going to let him dive into it a little bit, but let me give him an intro that's going to make your guys' hair stand up on the back of your neck. Check this out. This guy's a digital marketer, content and course creator, publisher, trainer, and expert sales funnels. He works with all kinds of business owners, entrepreneurs, and coaches to help them monetize their websites or sales funnels and attract the perfect customers and clients without spending tons of money on marketing companies or paid ads. And as you guys know, I beat the drum about this. If you have your website and you're just dumping money into ads, and you don't have everything else optimized, you don't have your foundation set up, your website set up, you're lost. You're just burning money. So let's go ahead and bring him on now. How's it going, my man? Welcome.
Mike, how are you, man?
Good, man. Hey, so I got to keep up. Got the little weight here last minute. I was like, I'm going to get a couple reps in,
Boy.
So, yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in marketing.
But by sheer means of needing to make money. I actually got into marketing about 10 years ago, and it just kind of fell in my lap. I was in the mortgage industry. I'm not going to get into that, but it just fell on me that the companies I was working for, we needed to make money. I've always been to computers. I knew a lot about digital marketing. One thing led to another. I ended up kind of taking on the role of driving business digitally. And it's funny. I don't necessarily consider myself to be a geek, but throughout the last 10 years, I've just been geeking out on the digital marketing thing, man. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, like looking at what you have going on and the whole aspect from the very moment I saw your Facebook page, I was like, well, this guy knows what a funnel is and how to funnel traffic in a certain way. And so those of you guys that pay close attention, and as we start sharing some of the golden nuggets here, you're going to see you don't always have to spend a whole bunch of money to get visitors to your website.
No. I'm not necessarily a cheap tightwad, but I'm just, I hate spending money on stuff that doesn't always work. So I learned a long time ago that there's really no reason to spend a lot of money. Just do the right things, reach out to people where they're looking at you, and you can make money without spending it. Now I want everyone to know, I am not against spending money on advertising. I believe me, I understand it. I'm just saying that for people who are starting out, I feel that it's my duty to kind of share with you that there's a lot of ways that you can make money without having to spend it.
It's true. It's true. And so one of the things I want to dive into right away, first of all, actually, before I forget, let's pay the algorithms some love, guys. Bang the likes and the hearts and all the stuff on the platform that you're on. Make them happy because they will share it with your friends. They give us some free traffic. Okay. Yeah. So, and then of course, make sure you comment your website below. Where am I? I'm over here. Make sure you comment your website below so you can be entered to win. And of course, we're going live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So let me ask you this, Riese. I'm saying your name right?
Yep.
Yeah, Riese, let me ask you this. What is your favorite platform of those three? Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube?
Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube? I'll tell you right now, I'm predominantly on Facebook.
Okay.
But if I have to pick one of the three, I'm going YouTube. Because the power of the power of video, and I'm really working hard. I'm building up a big library of episodes. I'm building up my YouTube channel personally, as not literally as we speak right now, but it's one of the things I'm pushing the most. And YouTube or video is the way to go. All of my all of my pages, every single one of the pages or the funnels that I create has video in them predominantly. So
yeah. And the thing is like they each have their own thing that's great, but I just like to know what people kind of look at, because Facebook has its thing, and LinkedIn has its thing, and
for sure,
we're waiting to go live on LinkedIn. As soon as we get approved, you guys will start seeing LinkedIn little logo over there on Riese's side. You'll get to see that. And then you guys just go on LinkedIn and it'll be live. And the cool thing about that is the connections. Well, everyone who you're connected to will see it when when someone you're connected to comments on it, all of their connections see that. So it's like a third tier, which we don't really see in any of the other platforms, except for maybe Twitter.
I love LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn a lot. Always have. LinkedIn's really, really important to people that they don't even realize. And I'll give you a perfect example. I have a client, and I'm comfortable in revealing this. He's in the cannabis industry, but he's in the financing end. So he's not touching product or anything. He does financing for people who are in the cannabis industry who need financing. He cannot use Facebook. He can't talk about what he does on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
No ads. Oh, no paid ads. I mean, he can sneak in some groups and, he can sneak in some links, but he can't do it. He's killing it on LinkedIn, because that's his platform, which is an important thing.
Well, and so it's nice to have a little conversation about social and what people are focused on. A lot of people say pick the platform that you are most comfortable with and go 10 miles deep. Me personally, with the technology that's out there, I'm on all of them just by hitting live, So
I believe, again, I'm coming from a client perspective. Because I have to find audiences. One of the things I do is I have to build audiences for people. Well, I don't have to really build them, but I have to show them where they are. So I personally believe that you have to go where the audience is for your market. Again, like this guy just mentioned, his market ain't Facebook. He can do some YouTube, but he's killing it on LinkedIn. He could maybe do some Instagram stuff. So I just believe that the social media platform that you use is going to be the one that's where your target market is.
Right.
Mine, fortunately, is, and like yours, fortunately, we can go anywhere we want. Thank God.
Yeah. And the thing is too, but we are kind of the redheaded stepchild of the online space. All these Google algorithms and stuff, they are actually created to fight us. Essentially, because once we figure out how the algorithm works and we can manipulate it so that our clients or us are showing up at the top, then they change the algorithms a little bit. And I never realized that, but I read Russell Brunson's book, Traffic Secrets, and he kind of tells the history of it, which I really love. Is it back there?
Right there.
Yeah. We'll put
I grab a chapter out of all of them all the time. That's not a plug. That's actually my real reading library. That's not a plug by any means. I didn't set that shit up and go, oh, hey, Russell.
I can't see the other books. Are they all his books?
Yeah, I got the 30 days. I got the trilogy.com, expert in traffic, and then I got Jim Edwards in there, copywriting secrets.
Oh, Jim. Oh, yeah. You got to have the script. So the thing is like, what's funny about that is, while I'm not really in that world anymore, I kind of went with the websites. The funny thing is marketing, the psychology behind how to market. I mean, this is marketing. If there's no other person I can think of, if you want to learn sales, you go to Grant Cardone or one of these other guys.
Sure.
If you want to learn marketing, you go to Russell Brunson. Who else is there?
You just mentioned two of the biggest, which is badass because they both work together.
Yeah, they're smart.
Grant works with Russell because Russell's got a thing that, Russell built the funnel. Russell didn't build the funnel system by any means. Russell just built, and I'm not promoting either one now. I want you to realize this. Credit where credit's due, though. Russell Brunson brought a platform to the world that makes it easy for a non-tech person to build a sales funnel. Sales funnels have been around since the history of sales.
Yeah.
Grant Cardone already was doing his thing, was already Grant Cardone. But if you look even back in Grant Cardone stuff, he was always kind of doing a funnel, but he just when the two of them clicked up, they took one platform and they went over here, and they became friends. And Grant is tearing it up, and I love Grant Cardone's success. While I may not necessarily be a Grant Cardone follower, so to speak, like nothing against him, I love him. I love the fact that man is a bajillionaire because he uses a sales funnel mentality.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
That's my soapbox.
So tell me, Riese, what would you say is your marketing superpower? Like, what is that thing that, when everything's stacked against you and you're like, okay, I got to pull this out of my back pocket. I didn't want to have to, or maybe you do. Maybe you always use it. What is your marketing superpower that you're going to pull out with us today?
Content creation.
Okay. Cool. So what kind of content? Let's make it very specific. So we're actually going to review a website here in a few minutes, but what type of content should somebody be thinking about as in the superpower? What should they be thinking about to be able to bring more traffic to their website?
Let's pinpoint this. Let's take it down. Let's go content creation. Let's call it copywriting.
Okay.
Now we're going to go deeper. The very first thing you have to have is an effective headline. You have to catch me because I'm doing one of two things. I'm searching or I'm scrolling. If I'm searching, I'm looking for you. But if I'm looking for you, you better stand out. Because if I don't know you, I'm passing by. You've got to grab me when I'm searching. If I'm scrolling, you're interrupting me when I'm doing something. I'm zipping through my Instagram feed, and all of a sudden I catch a snappy little headline. You've got to catch me in an instant. Number one, headline.
Okay,
cool. I'll start right there on anything, on your sales page, on your email descriptions, on your video descriptions, everything. It's going to start with your headline. Your hook story offer.
I love that. So when it comes to your headline and what you put on there, do you do like A/B testing? Is that something you do a lot?
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So those of you guys are like, what is that? How do I do A/B testing? So in the Mighty Website Builder, that's one of the things you could do. You can actually change one thing here. There, essentially what you're doing is you're copying your page and then just changing one thing in there, and then they compete against each other to see which one is optimized better, which one is working better for you. So what are some of the ways, like what are some of the elements on the page that you might consider? I know you said the headline, but if I come and the headline's on point, what are some of the other things I need to watch out for?
Well, what does on point mean?
So that's a good question. So what does on point mean to you? Because to me, it would mean that they're speaking directly to me, right? Like when I go to the website, it's saying hire a lawyer, hire a lawyer today, get the money that you're looking for. You see accident lawyers do this really well because they pay, some top dollar marketer to fill their website up, So what is it? What would you say it is for let's say a notary public?
Well, your headline is never going to be perfect. Just your website is never going to be perfect because they're dynamic things. If you're just keying in on one market and you think that one market is going to survive in its entirety right now and is never going to change, I'm not sure that exists. So your headline is always going to be changing. Your website's always going to be changing. So when you get a headline that works, and you're making $200 a day, and you're going, okay, cool. I'm making $200 a day with this headline for notaries. Changing simple words. So running an A/B test. Now, what that means, to go back to it, and fortunately for a lot of people, a lot of software will run an A/B test built right into their system. If you run an A/B test for notaries, I'm just going to pull one out. You're running an A/B test for a notary in Canaan, New Hampshire. And I'm just pull out a single line. Best notary available in Canaan, New Hampshire saves you $100. Cheesy, but just give me something to work with. The B test is, I'm the only notary in New Hampshire who doesn't charge you $100. I don't know. You just change the words up a little bit, and then you come back with that. Now, what's really cool is you start testing stuff as simple as colors. The color of your call to action button, your CTA, video placement in the left column versus the right column. An A/B testing is you're constantly testing your ads. And when you got an ad that works, it ain't perfect. So you find something small, test it. If your sales go up, keep testing. If they go down, go back to that one and start again.
Yeah, that's
it's
good.
Just like plotting a course through the woods a little bit, or through the Arctic Ocean, through the pack ice. I don't know, but you're constantly testing your course. And if you can make it through, keep going through. If can't, back up, go back around.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. So changing the headline, some different colors. Like I know they say green works better on your buttons. You know,
maybe
certain colors of green. You know, I don't know
red
where.
stops you in your tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Red. Yeah. So good.
Color consistency is what I'm discovering. Color consistency with your brand is important. I know there's a ton of psychological thing, and I know there's someone out there telling me saying right now is like, no, red's this, orange is that, gold is that. That's cool. That might have been great back then when everyone was testing landing pages, but now it's about building a brand. It's about building consistency. I look behind you and I see a color pattern that's consistent. If your thing is teal, hey man, make your buttons teal. It's the message that's inside the button. That's important.
That's marketing. That's good marketing. Yeah, I like what's his name? Gosh, you know who he is. He was talking about a hotel. Gosh, I can't remember it. Seth Godin. He was talking about that exact thing. He was like, you go into a hotel. I know he's almost like a monk or something, like the monk of marketing. But you go into a hotel, it doesn't matter whatever hotel you go into. It's a logo. They swap the logo out. It's the same exact thing. But when you go into like, a Barnes and Noble, or I guess one of these, they do everything they can to brand. And so you want to build a brand so that when someone sees that, it builds trust. And I just love that. So let me ask you this, Riese. So we're going to dive into this website here because I think we can get a lot of value from you, because you build, this is what you do. You know how to take a website and a funnel.
I love this stuff.
Figure out how to get people to help people monetize their site. So let's dive into it. If you guys are here with us in this late evening and you got a little drink, go ahead and take a sip. Let's dive into it. All right. I don't see you have anything over there, Riese. No coffee or anything.
You really see? Am I okay? I mean, is this an over 21 show?
I don't know. YouTube can cancel it, I guess. I got 4 shows. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you're good. All right. Let's go ahead and share this screen over here. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't done already, comment your website below. Here's the cool thing about StreamYard is if you allow StreamYard to see your comments, I can show it up on the screen. And so it'll actually show your website on the video that gets shared to thousands of people. So comment so that we can see we'll put your comment on the screen for people to see. All right. And also you get entered to win the $3,000 website credits to build you a fancy website. So today we're reviewing Blue Panther Legal Services. And I happen to know this company too from the work I've done in Texas. And I got to tell you, they're doing really well over there. They do lots of conferences and stuff. They've developed quite a brand with this whole Blue Panther thing. So when I saw their website, frankly, I was surprised. I was really shocked to see it this elementary. So really what we want to do here is go over some of the finer points of why, what they should do, like some steps for sure. Like if you don't do this, you're in some serious, you're going to lose a lot of customers. So the first thing I always see, I just want to say real quick, Riese, is that they have the security certificate. You'd be surprised how many people don't have a SSL. It's just shocking to me. Like if nowadays with the Chrome browsers, they will tell them, hey, this is not a safe site. And that's usually why they're not getting any traffic.
Absolutely. It was awesome. I was talking to a guy the other night and he caught me on it because he caught me right in transition of moving my personal website, my funnel from one site to another. And he caught me. He's like, dude, he's like, what's up with this? And I was just, you're absolutely right. If your site doesn't, it's real easy to have a secure socket on your website. It's going to come right through your company. If your hosting company doesn't offer you one, you need a new hosting company. If your hosting company does offer you one, then stop cheaping out and pony up the money for the secure socket server.
Right, exactly. Playing with some views here. Yeah, exactly. Pony up the money. Let's do it. When I was doing some subdomains, I found out I did have to go buy one. I couldn't just get one through the platforms, that offer them, because of this. When you have so many subdomains, you can actually do what is it? The star. What is that called? The star at whatever subdomain. So basically all of them were covered. all of their subdomains were covered under this one, which was pretty cool.
I'm something of a domain slumlord. If I get an idea, I buy a domain, my friend. So I always have the ability, no matter what my product is, no matter what my thought is, I always have the ability to spend a couple bucks extra a month to get my site secure.
Yeah, absolutely. So how many domains would you say you got?
Right now,
Yeah.
113.
You know exactly how many? Well, you said you're a slum, so you know exactly
I
how
know
many.
exactly how many.
I got quite a few too. Yeah, I don't know how many. So I'm gonna kind of like turn it over to you real quick. Just what's your first? What would you say first right away?
I love your word. Your word elementary was perfect. First of all, server of San Antonio, there's no space there. The navigation bar, the layout, the Blue Panther. I know that you're looking for a Blue Panther, but the GIF, the Texas app stuff, it's very elementary. And there's no reason for that. This is no reason for that.
Yeah, it is. And the thing they do have down is that they looks like they're members of some of the main associations. One's Texas, one's the National Association. So it's almost like somebody's grandpa is still in business. And no offense, it's just that's what it's like. It's kind of it's kind of like somebody still doing business the way it's always been done type of thing. They're members of the associations. I don't know if these.
I don't think the broken image links are a good look.
No, not at all. Are these
different
links?
fonts? The Blue Panther team fonts are different. I love it. When I came, I should if I made just for like 3 seconds. One of the reasons I was really interested in coming to the show, and I'm glad you kind of took the lead, because when you said look at people's websites and be honest, man, this is really what people need. There's a lot of people out there that have something really, really important to offer, and they're passionate and dedicated about the service they can offer. And it's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where if you don't catch them by an instant, I don't give a shit. I don't care how smart you are, you've lost them. So many great people with great messages and great services and solutions have terrible websites and never get any results. And they think it's them. Oh my, I put all this heart and soul. I have a spinny little American GIF from 1993. I got an American flag that spins around. I've got a Fender guitar that spins around. I love it, but man,
nobody cares about your guitar. I want to hire.
No one cares about your car. So
I want to hire a process server to serve the papers in San Antonio. I don't need to have a cool. I mean, the Panthers, their theme, that's cool, but it doesn't mean it has to be front and center. And then I love the idea of having your employees and having like an about us page or whatever, but not necessarily on the homepage.
I don't see them. I don't see employee pictures.
Right.
Are there employee pictures in those circles on the homepage?
No, there's no employee pictures.
Oh,
no.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and it looks like the same each page. Oh, okay. So if I hit about us, it takes them away from the homepage, which looks like an about us with no photos. So again, just take out so if I'm going to give you some advice, these guys some advice, I'd say right away, just take out the images, move all this text over to the about us page.
Yeah. And under the about us, maybe a drop down, meet the team.
Yep. Meet the team. Yep.
Exactly. Meet the team. People love that. They want to meet the team. They want to know who they're dealing with. And man, if you get a person, obviously a nice picture of everybody on the team, I'll tell you one even better. I'll tell you, if you can get every single person on your team to give a little hello.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. This looks like some of those generic videos. Let's see here real quick. Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden now we're promoting Schwartz Mobile Notary on Blue Panther. That's probably not cool.
Yeah. Let's see. What is this one? Apostille Services.
Hey, I do see a Blue Panther.
Yeah. So it looks like they got some notary stuff going on. Let's see. What's the I don't see any notaries here either. That's
no.
So if you're a notary, Okay, so just some good feedback. Okay, all right. So you got the notary stuff happening, apostilles. Make one of these guys a notary, right? At least.
Process server. Okay, I got. Now I'm not a notary or a process server expert.
Mhm.
Thank God on the second one. I've used a bunch of notaries, but
Yeah.
no, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Process serving. Yeah. I own a process serving company. It's one of my first big
All right.
businesses. Yeah. And so,
That sounds like
yeah.
an ex-wife contact to me. So thank God I don't know about any of that.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually how I got involved in that business. Was I got served divorce papers way back then. Yeah, and I found out the guy got $50 to serve me. So I said, "Hey,
Nice.
this is a business for me."
I like your style, man.
Yeah, that's how it happened. So,
all right. Well, you know what? I actually I can stop you right there. I know the number one problem, and this is my biggest pet peeve, and this is my biggest bitch and my biggest gripe about business owners who are trying to earn money from their website. And I got to stop you right here. Put that back up, please.
Oh,
no. Right at the bottom of that picture, and I don't want to talk about companies specifically, but I have to say this. If you're just going generic, that's going to be the result you're going to get. I tell people there's something, there's a magic word out there. It's called WordPress. Learn it, people. All the time and money and effort that you spend on this, take a few hours, maybe a day, maybe a weekend, because it's a ton of fun. Learn WordPress.
Yeah, or go get a free template at Mighty Website Builder.
And, okay, all right,
yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
but
yeah, whatever works.
Just on here, man.
Build a website, right?
Can I name a name? I mean, will it get you like firebombed? But I mean, some of these web builders out there, Wix, Weebly,
yep,
Squarespace, all this stuff. I shouldn't say Squarespace as much because at least they're kind of focused a little bit more. But man, these generic web builders, GoDaddy is the most hideous one. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if I piss you off right now. If you want to buy your domain from GoDaddy, fine, but send it over to another party because their web builder is atrocious.
Let's take a quick look at this over here. What is this? This is Webs. I don't want to give them any undue credit here, but just curious. Oh, I see. So that's kind of the similar. They kind of like Wix. You come and pick a template or something. Yeah.
And you want to, Mike, you and I both know that these companies put their themes up on the front page, and they are in fact easy to build. Okay, we both know that. If you've got some level of web design experience, you can in fact go into all those websites and create yourself the cool looking website that they show you on the commercials. You can do it. I know you can. Most people don't. Most people who are settling for that level of web builder, and that's what they're doing. They're settling for that level of web builder, don't have the experience. They've never been designing anything, or they wouldn't use those platforms. So those platforms to me are misleading to people because they're not creatively friendly. They might be user friendly, but they're creatively atrocious, and they don't help.
Yeah. And that's what I find the number one problem that people have when I set someone up with a template. I kind of hand do it all the time. They say what they want. I give them the template. I make sure it's ready. And then the issue they're always having is exactly what you're saying, is the design. They can add text. They can even switch out a logo. But when you start looking at like where you want things to be on the page and how you want it to happen, what other sections you want to throw in, like about or testimonials or whatever, they don't know how to do that. They just, it's hard. I mean, it's not that hard, but you're not doing it as a living. You're trying to like create legal.
Be a notary.
Yeah,
exactly. No, hey, listen, man, people have their expertise, you know, and that's why I think that this show is great, is because, you know, constructive criticism abounds right here. These people have a specialty. They have something that they're out trying to feed their family on, and it ain't sitting around with the ungodly amount of hours that someone like you and I does. That's our hang up and our weirdness. Our weirdness our gift is to share what we see, and what we see right here is elementary. That was perfect.
That's right. That's right. If you guys want your website reviewed, comment it below. I'm going to say it again. You know, people that are just coming on, make sure you comment below and get entered to win the $3,000 website giveaway. So, real quick, I want to finish and give these guys some little bit of more tips here if we can. And I'd love to hear your feedback on some of this. So I love Neil Patel's tool.
There's a guy who knows. There's a guy who knows a thing or two about marketing, huh?
And
Mr.
websites. I mean,
oh, buddy.
So the tools, I'm actually just getting into the tool stuff that he does, you know, looking at some of that, because having these tools like this one, how much time do I spend on his website? Oh my gosh.
And that's pretty. Is that I've never seen it. Is that your back office there, or is that
this is Neil Patel's? Yeah.
Neil's back office, man. That's clean.
Yeah, I mean, mine's similar to this, but he has all these. This is more of a tool to find out your SEO and your keywords and stuff. So if you come over here and you click on, like I just pasted his thing, and actually, I don't believe he has his own domain. I'm pretty sure this is just a subdomain of web.
No, it's long and
which
by the
crazy.
way, coaches out there, look at that design. That's coaches. When you're building your membership sites and you want to drive people to your sites, that's what you want it to look like.
Yeah, you want to have something like, oh, absolutely. And so, but I always love to look at top pages. Sometimes it's very educational where you can see a certain page that has a lead magnet that's like way more than the home page. In this case, it's kind of pitiful. I mean, I'm kind of, for being one of the largest companies in the area of San Antonio, it's really, I'm sad for them. And so I love Neil Patel's little tool here to look at the backlinks. So each of their backlinks that come to this website that we were just looking at are here, and it says their domain score. So here's the First Association, Texas. He has NAPS, which has a 96 domain score, but it's not even on here. So if he does still have the National Association of Process Servers on his this one here, if he is still a member of these guys, which I'm pretty sure he is, he's not even backlinked to his most valuable directory. The other thing is some of these are really bad domain scores. Like that's going to hurt you more than help you. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, that maybe even that second one. I don't know.
Yeah, that one too.
I'm not even sure. I'm totally crazy about the third one.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely. No, listen. Yeah. Junk attached to your site is makes you an accessory to junk.
Well, heck, I can't believe this one's a 13. There might be some other factors here.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Yeah, but anyway, the yellow pages, I mean, guys, there's like 50 free directories you can go to, you know, Merchant Circle, a bunch of them that have like free versions that you can create listings for free. And as long as all the information matches, it's called citations. As long as all the information matches and they have a high domain score, you're going to rank higher. That's why I love this tool, because it makes it just kind of a no-brainer for SEO anyway. Neil's a great.
Blue Panther's not, or doesn't have an excessive amount of content that they're sharing with the world.
No. You know what's funny is you will not find a company that gives away more swag at conferences. Like,
really? Than Blue Panther?
Oh my gosh, these people have like a table.
Well,
covered for
swag is not content. I can drink out of a coffee cup all day long, but a coffee cup does not inform me on the things that I need to know as a business owner. On first of all, why do I need a legal process server? I just told you. I don't even know what a legal process server is, but I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
So I don't need a cup. I need some information, man.
Yeah. Yeah. For like a download or a free download. So like, so let's
all that money spent on cups.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit. So just kind of your perspective on like a lead generation tool. What kind of tool do you recommend? Do you like the book style thing where they can put in, 10 mistakes that attorneys make when hiring a process server or something like that?
That's a great concept. What I would do with Blue Panther is just spend a little while talking to them and finding out, who their perfect customer is, what what they're trying to convey, what the message is. And then I would create information for that person. It might be a small ebook. It might be a report, a checklist, but yeah, some sort of valuable information for that person who's looking for the process server, so that they know. And it could be a comparison, why do you need a process server? Which okay, this is living proof out there, Blue Panther. I don't know what process serving is. If I was scrolling through, because I ain't looking for a process server, because like I told you, that means an ex-wife to me. I ain't touching the words process serving. So how do you get me as a guy who needs your services possibly? I am your cold market. How do you get me? You have to snatch me up when I'm doing my scroll. If I'm zipping through Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, or wherever I'm zipping through, there better be something in that process serving that grabs me. Like, are you running from your ex-wife? That might stop my attention. Well, it might have back then, but you have to stop me. And then when you stop me and you introduce me to what process serving is, based on how you're trying to convey your message and how you're trying to make money off of me, if I do in fact need that, you have stopped me, and I'm going to send in my information. And then I need that content. I need to know, why do I need a process server? What is a process server? What are my alternatives? How much is a process server? Aren't you just a notary? No offense, anybody, but I mean, these are the questions that as a non-consumer, I'm going to have. So there you go. That was about a $3,000 consultation in about 30 seconds. So
okay. So yeah. So one of the things I like to do is, we bring experts on. One of the reasons why is to kind of outsource some of the knowledge, because I love marketing, and like I could just have a show where I talk about marketing and it'd be great. But having someone come on that, like, what fires you up is much different than what fires me up, And so what I want to make sure my guests know, and my customers of the Mighty Website Builder know, that there are so many resources out there. And the more, your network is your net worth. I keep saying that because it's so true. And I forget who said it first, but I've heard it so many times.
Dude, girl,
somebody. But it is. You build this network, and all of a sudden the resources that are at your disposal are like immediate. And you now are able to say, I want to make a podcast. Well, I've already made a podcast. Where am I going to get my guests? Well, I'm a part of this group with 10,000 other podcast hosts that would love to be on a show. Boom. That's how I started my first podcast, and so I love bringing guests on. So let me just ask you, what is your parting piece of advice for these website builders, these small business owners that are trying to get customers to their website?
Focus, clarity through elimination. Okay. Pick your perfect customer. A lot of people don't understand the concept of an avatar. And what the avatar is if I can take just a few seconds to explain what they've already heard you say, I'm sure you have to paint the picture of your perfect customer. If you could sell to one person in the world for the rest of your life, who would it be? Not someone who's a pain in your ass because they're always asking weird, odd questions. They're not shopping for you, but the one guy who really needs your services and who benefits the most and who really makes you feel good about being in the business that you're being in, because we're in business to serve somebody. And if you just narrow that somebody down in your head and you call that your avatar, you give them all the personality traits, you even give them a name, and then you start to focus your message on that avatar and eliminate everybody else. Clarity through elimination, because when you get that clarity and you get that focus, then you can start to deliver the message that's reaching out to the people who really need you. And that's when your business starts to grow. And everything comes from a successful business, and your bank account grows and things like that. So clarity and just focus on
I love that
customer.
I love that, because one of the things is too, a lot of people are like, yeah, but I feel like people do this in a lot of things, right? So whether it's the person that they're trying to speak directly to, they don't understand. It's not that the person that you're speaking to is all you care about. It's that all those other people don't care about what you have to say. So now if you're spending ads, if you're putting money into ads, or if you're putting money into or time into trying to share it on different platforms, like for example, if we're going to share this show on TikTok, it's not going to get too many views. I know it's blown up, but compared to the amount of effort it might take me to put it on YouTube,
Right,
and optimize it for search, so just kind of an example. The other thing too is like areas. I love when people say, I meet with somebody and they want to build a website and they're talking about SEO and they say, Mike, I want to be nationwide. You ever get this? I love it. I love it.
All day long. Hey man, how do I blow this up around the world? Well, you don't.
Well, you don't. Well, you don't. Not with SEO, anyways. I mean, it's going to take some time, and you're going to have to build and provide Google. You're going to have to feed this beast that is Google too much.
Unless you are trying to build a global information or publishing brand, then absolutely talk about world domination. If you're a business owner, I'm sure Blue Panther really doesn't care about doing notary services somewhere in Madrid, Spain. So why in the hell are they going to spend money, time, and effort into bad marketing or just costly bad marketing that may somehow be reaching people in Madrid, Spain, when what they really want to do is reach people there in the Texas area Texas is big, so where they're driving. So clarity and focus on exactly what you do and who you're trying to reach. Like I said, unless you're a global information thing where you don't have to wake up in the morning and go to an appointment, sure. I try to reach the world. I have digital products. That's what I do. I'm a digital publisher. I'm trying to reach global. So my market is different than Blue Panther's night and day. If Blue Panther would focus on just their, and since they're the website, if they would focus on their area and target their market, very first thing I would tell them to do is my headline would read mobile notary services in the Austin or San Antonio area. I wouldn't even have my name first, to tell you the truth. I'd have a little logo, maybe. I'd have a logo up in the header, something small. No one gives a crap about the logo, but just have a little logo and then just hit the headline. Every business has to understand that the very first thing I see is Blue Panther Legal Process Server of San Antonio, and it's spelled bad. There's bad grammar. I'm out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, because if the grammar is not good, maybe you're not going to get a call back after you've already paid them. Maybe you're going to have to wait for your whatever documents, and it's going to blow up in your face. People every little thing that could go wrong usually will. So people are always looking for how they can save time and cut stuff out.
Here's what I would say for the folks who are at Blue Panther. Create your avatar. Create your perfect customer in your head. What is their biggest pain point? What do you do? I'm Blue Panther Legal Process Service in San Antonio. No, man, that's not what you do. That's what your name is. What do you do? Well, I'm a process server. No, man. Are you just a process server for everybody? How many process serving categories are there? Are there attorneys? Are there business? Are there residential? Are there landlord? What do you do? Well, mostly I serve the local police department for outstanding warrants. I don't know. I'm just making something out there. Bam, there's your hook. Attention local police departments in the San Antonio area who need a mobile processor to handle your workload.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So essentially what you need, and I've heard this a few times, is what you need is a different landing page for each of the areas or services that you're trying to offer. So maybe there's a tab that on your one website that has all the services, and if they click on it, or
you can do that. But what I would say, and I'm kind of biased here because I build funnels. The basis of a funnel is one message, one goal, one message, one outcome. If you want my information, you have to give me your email. And I target one market.
Right.
I don't target if I'm building a funnel for a plumber, probably not targeting residential and commercial on the same funnel. Actually, let me rephrase that. If I'm working with a plumber, I guarantee you I'm not targeting residential and commercial on the same funnel. I'm targeting one or the other because I'm reaching a different pain point. I'm agitating that problem, and then I'm offering a different solution. So in the example of Blue Panther, not knowing how a process server works, I don't know if they work for government entities and private entities and commercial entities.
All of it. Yeah.
Okay, so right there's three different funnels, because it's three different messages, because the government entity doesn't give a crap about what the personal guy is doing. The government entities may be serving process, or maybe serving companies, corporations, guys with attorneys and armed guards.
Yeah.
They're not dealing with, John's local process server who's going after a deadbeat dad or something.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The messages are completely different. And if I'm running a corporate department where I need a process server, I don't give a crap about deadbeat dads. I want someone who's going to be able to step up and go break down Don Corleone's door.
No, I get what you're saying. So in some scenarios, like for example, they go and they do the swag at the conferences. That's actually really good for one type, right? Because those are a bunch of process servers going to the same conference, kind of competitors, but they're also people from all over the state of Texas, which is huge. So they get a lot of customers that are affiliates. But what's funny is the affiliates don't want to pay as much as everybody else. So what they could be doing on their website here is they could be having just a general website focusing on the SEO and getting traffic from local pro ses, which is what I do on my legal company. But one thing I don't do, Riese, that I think would be a great idea, what you're talking about, is create a page, ideally a funnel, and have and then target on the different social platforms, even on Google, I guess, specific companies. Because on Facebook you could target a specific organization, or on LinkedIn a specific job title for those huge contracts at Chase and Wells Fargo and all those big collection clients.
Absolutely. I mean, therein is the key to successful Facebook marketing, by the way, is writing on other audiences. For instance, if I'm promoting a coaching page, I'm reaching out to people like Tony Robbins' audience.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to create my own audience. Who the hell is Riese Frederick? I don't know, some guy hanging out in Las Vegas. I mean, he's got nothing behind his wall. I promise you, when you next time you talk to Tony Robbins, he's in some badass place. So I want to tag along on his audience, and you can do that. And absolutely, I think that promotional items and whatnot are great for guys who are serving deadbeat dads.
Yeah.
If you're going to a different conference and it's a bunch of corporate department heads, leave that crap home and give me a pamphlet, give me an ebook.
Yeah.
Give me some sort of disc or something. You're give me information. I don't want to drink out of a cup. I want to know how the hell you're going to get through the barriers that me as a corporation that I have.
Yeah, that's good.
Everything's got to be targeted to your market. And one thing I thought of as we were talking, I don't want anybody to misunderstand this. A website is great for branding. If you have a website and you have a brand that you're trying to build, and maybe you're an individual and you're trying to make yourself known, a website is awesome, but inside that website, it better have one very specific goal, and that's to get content information. So maybe you do 2 or 3 things. Instead of linking to a page, an About Us page or a services page, take them to that funnel. Take them to that message so that you can market that person individually. I'll use a finance guy, or we'll stay on a notary guy, and those 3 examples. If you have a homepage and someone lands and they see you have government, business, and small business, if they click on those links, instead of them going to a page, an About Us page or a services page, now you're asking a corporate guy to go to a page. Maybe you're clever enough to anchor him right to that paragraph, but he's still got to do other shit to get to what he wants, which is the information on his. So instead of taking him to an About Us page where there's all kinds of other stuff, focus. Clarification through elimination. Send him to a funnel. Send him to an entirely different entity. Get him off johnqpublic.com and send him off to johnqpublishing.com. And here's my product for you.
Yeah. And so for those of you guys that don't know, because, a lot of these guys are legal, they're not really marketing people with the funnels. Those of you guys don't know, essentially, it's like another website. but you call it a funnel because there's not a bunch of links at the top. It's very focused and direct to the point, a call to action. And there's a whole science behind it when it comes to marketing, and I love it. It's great. But have you heard of the shadow funnel? Have you heard about that? In the last book, or one of the books, they talked about, I think it was Traffic Secrets. He talked about the shadow funnel, that, you have all these funnels, right? And they're all doing their thing. But if you've been building funnels and long enough, you got lots of funnels where someone kind of knows who you are, but they don't know all of the things that you offer. And the shadow funnel is a place where you can go where it has all of your stuff. And so essentially, Russell created a website that he calls a shadow funnel, that like anybody who doesn't get caught or gets lost in this wake that he creates, or I guess wake that we create as we try to get our services and products and all that out there, have a homepage that as you scroll, it has all the sections of the things that you do. And like you said, when they click on one of those sections, it takes them to a place that focuses on just that service or just that thing. And then you can focus that page or funnel or another whole nother website, specifically focus it on the thing. I actually did that recently, Riese, for somebody who is a bail bondsman, and he wanted to do he has a bug sweeping website or a bug sweeper. And he's like, do I need another website? And I said, well, yeah, you want to optimize it for SEO and stuff. And he's like, I don't want to pay for another website. It's like, well, you got to either do that or create a page. So essentially, just to save him some money, we created a page that has no header and no footer, and it's just boom, and so when they click that link, it opens as a new page, same domain, but yeah.
Digital empires, digital marketing empires. I'm talking several hundreds of millions of dollars have been built on the most butt ugly, plain landing pages in the history of mankind.
Yeah.
Nothing. A headline in red, a picture of an ebook cover, bullet points, badass copywriting, and a call to action.
Yeah, there's a guy, he was in one of the first, I think the first episode of Business Marketing 911, Sam Mullally, and he won the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Award, the only lawyer to have ever done it. He was the first guest, and his webpage is simple. It's just like his picture with get your EIN number and your complete package set up. And after going to his website, I haven't seen nothing but him on my Facebook feed.
The power of retargeting. That's a whole nother, dude, write that down. There's a topic for you right there.
Yeah,
man.
we'll retargeting that one. But, Riese, how can everybody keep up with everything you got going on?
Head on over to RieseFrederick.com. RIESE. Riese Frederick Publishing. That one right there, right now, you might get a little bit of, you're going to get an invite. I have a course I'm putting together for business owners and entrepreneurs. So if you go to Riese Frederick Publishing, you're going to get a little bit of an invitation. And I'm not trying to plug it or anything. This is kind of impromptu. But what it is, it's a free course for business owners who are just trying to understand what the hell funnels are and figure out ways that they can put them into their business.
Absolutely. So if you guys are watching this, definitely go check it out. I always tell people, find what works best for you. If you find that Riese, he's given us some major value here today. And so if you find that he's able to help you, definitely highly recommend him. So Riese, let's remind these folks how important it is to smash the like button.
If I knew where the hell to smash on here, if they gave me a like button smash option, I'd be hammering
on. StreamYard.
Mike, honestly, I love the concept. I really do. And I admire the people who will put their website out there for this sort of critiquing. Not a lot of people do that. And that's why a lot of people run with stagnant stuff that doesn't make any money. So, hey, listen, Blue Panther, seriously, props to you. I mean, you had the wherewithal to put your site out there, and everyone should do that. We think our stuff's great. We think our ugly babies are the cutest in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. And you want to stick around for the announcement of this week's winner?
I'd love to.
All right. I'll be right back. I got to make sure it's the right person.
Oh, okay.
Make you wait that long.
Oh, okay. I knew I could be seen. I was ready to grab another drink of the beer there. I was like,
Okay, no, but really, I wanted to make sure. So this person is submitted a while back. We actually reviewed her site. We don't always the person's website that we review isn't always the person that wins the website $3,000 credits. So, but in this case, she won. And let's see. I don't want to share that on the screen, do I? No. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go. Her name is Cherie Chapman, and there she is. And you are the winner. Congratulations! All right.
Now, is this a coincidence? Are you a notary? Is that just a bizarre coincidence, or do you have a lot of folks who are submitting their notary sites?
You know, I have a notary. I have a process serving group. It's got a couple thousand, and a notary group that has quite a few too.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I am a notary and a process server, and I have a nationwide company. For those of you guys that are watching that are notaries, virtuallegalpros.com, you can go check out the virtual partner program, and we'll start sending you work in your local area. So, not a part of the show, but since you brought it up,
I know it's the pattern.
Yeah, and then so I think it's Cherie. Just go ahead and reach out to me. I'll send you an email. I got your email here from when you first submitted, and we'll go ahead and soup this thing up. We reviewed it. You guys can look at one of the previous episodes. We reviewed this website. It hasn't changed since we reviewed it, so I think she's going to be pleasantly surprised when we can fix it up for her. So. Cool, man. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you being on here, guys. If you're listening to this on audio, go check out the YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook and Twitter going live. And if you're watching the YouTube channel, subscribe and head over to Spotify, where we do all the audio, and it also goes everywhere else too. So, and go check out his Riese's website. He's got something special waiting for you over there. So go. Check that out. And thanks again, Riese.
My pleasure. Mike, anytime, man. It's been a blast. Thank you.
Of course. All right. Take care. See you next time.
We'll see you. Good night.
All right, you guys. I'm going to go to bed. See you,
mine's a little lighter. It's about the 12-ounce range.
How do I turn this thing off here? Hold on.